Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Hunter Call of the Wild. It's Manlius, and today we are going to do two things. One, we're going to continue our elusive hunt of the moose, and two, also collect any game that we come across with our bow. I have not been bow hunting before, but I am kind of excited to give it a shot. And I want to continue to go and hunt here because, one, this is where a large population of moose were found when we ended our hunt last time in the Medved taiga. And two, there's plenty of Siberian musk deer, boar, and other wildlife to find along the way. So I would like to take advantage of that, only to get our stock of money back up and build up our level as well. So with that being said, let's first place a waypoint to this lookout point and kind of just enjoy the nighttime of the Medved um, here. And it is early, getting an early start at 03:42 in the morning. Um, Equipped, we are bringing with us the Moriarty Model 1894. I love lever action firearms. I think they are some of the coolest firearms there are. So I'm kind of excited to use it on our hunt today. But we're only bringing 10 rounds of ammo with us. In addition to that, we are also bringing the Bear Call Light. And this is a bow used at shorter range. Um, but the arrows that we're bringing are more than enough to bring down even the largest of game. Of course, we're also bringing our binoculars, rangefinder, some moose scent, and I am going to be bringing along the Fox Pro 360. Now, this has many animal calls to lure animals in, and hopefully, it may provide us the advantage we need to bring down our elusive moose. And of course, we're also going to be bringing a ground blind. And I'd like to stick along this path. And hopefully, by the time we get to the ground blind that we set up previously, that we will have made it there just in time for the moose to show up. And again, these videos aren't meant to be anything to provide a practical gameplay experience, but just something to put on in the background, relax to, and enjoy the sounds of the Medved taiga. This point of interest we have previously found already, but it just serves as a landmark. With the small game, I do want to try and hit them with our hunting bow and preserve our ammo for the larger game if possible. The issue with both of these weapons that I picked is that they require us to be at decently close range. And if we can get the moose in this episode, that would be great. If not, that's okay. And we have a hunting structure over there as well. But we are in no rush. Those are resting spots. And we could pop into this hunting structure just to see what comes across our path. And the warning call of the Siberian musk deer has been put out, so they are aware of our presence. And what we could do is give our Fox Pro electronic collar a test drive. I have not used this before, so I'm kind of excited to test it out. Let's rotate it and we'll place it in front of this hunting structure and we'll see exactly what we need to do. The Fox Pro X360 high-tech remote electronic collar is a powerful and versatile tool. It allows a hunter to attract animals while stalking them from an ideal vantage point. With the electronic collar equipped, look at a spot on the ground, see a preview of its position, which we did, and we placed it. We changed its orientation as well, and we can pick it back up with E. Once deployed, I will automatically pull out a remote, and I will need to right click to focus on the remote screen and navigate its menu. Select a call to play. I can press right click again to stop interacting with the remote, and I can use R to play or pause calls. The calls keep playing until you manually stop them with the remote and can be stopped by picking up the collar or moving out of remote control range or shooting a gun near the PRC while the Fox Bang is enabled. Great. Let's dismiss that. Let's get into our hunting structure. And let's interact with the remote. And it automatically gives us the animals in the vicinity. Let's go ahead and select moose and we'll select mating call. While we're at it, let's get some smaller game in here, such as the wild boar. And oh, okay. So we have to select them and then we will press R. We'll go back and we'll switch back to our rifle. And let's see how exactly this works because I am quite interested. And if we noticed that we can turn it off and we can pause. So let's um, turn it off. Pause it. The musk deer is not on here, but we do have the other ones. Um, let's try the reindeer because we would like to get the big game. And of course, we will apply our spray. During this time, the moose should be feeding. So maybe we'll be lucky because in our last time that we were here in the medveg, we saw a female moose trot across there. You know, and we have not yet seen any reindeer. Ajax looks like he was using the restroom. You know, we may not be so lucky to find any moose, but I think if we move down here to that feeding point, we could be lucky. So let's go ahead and collect our collar. And what we can do is move to our waypoint, set it up there, and go into our hunting blind that we have close by, or at least collect it and go close by. We have the mating call of the Siberian musk deer just over there a ways. And again, I will take any sort of targets of opportunity as we travel across the medved. I think us getting an early start in the hunt too is beneficial in ensuring that we have the most amount of time to ensure this hunt goes well. And of course, Ajax is accompanying us. How could I forget to praise him? And let's call him over and we will also give him a treat. Ajax, our loving bloodhound, with us once again, who will remain a staple in this series. That you hear is the Western Capercaillie. And up ahead, we have a gray wolf. Now, I respect the wolves and will only do what is necessary to defend myself, even against that brown bear. Look at it go. It is very quick. Um, if I can get the drop on a brown bear, then I most certainly will take advantage of it. However, I have to be careful because in the brown bear's eyes, I too am the prey. Another western capercaillie, and that brown bear is darting across the frozen ice lake. And next to it, a lynx drinking, a couple lynx, and a gray wolf. I think there are plenty of lynx to hunt. I think what I'm worried about though is I don't have the distance, and I'm afraid that the caliber of weapons that I have would negatively damage the hides of those small game. But we can most certainly give it a shot if we get the opportunity. But right now, I really am just focused on getting over to this hunting ground. Oh, and like most grouse, they only take flight if they are immediately threatened, just as it did there. I'm glad we were able to see that in action, though, and just how these animals um, respond to our presence. And it's 0446. Since we're here, let's just go up to this lookout zone and see what we can find and appreciate the beauty of the Medved taiga. And you can see the sun cresting the mountains in the foreground as the snow comes down. So let's survey the land. And outstanding, we have unlocked all these points of interest for us to find, even an outpost close by. I think we will add that to our map. We'll find that. That way, whenever we want, we can travel there, which will be very beneficial to us. Um, let's just scan really quick and see if we have any wildlife around that would interest us. Especially as the flurry of snow comes down, it's a double-edged sword, as I mentioned before. Beneficial for us as it masks our tracks, but also masks our prey. And there's that frozen lake that has a little tiny Siberian musk deer traveling across it, as well as a very large female brown bear. All right. So let's continue to that next waypoint. Find that outpost and then continue on to see the moose. And there's Ajax all covered in snow. And of course, we'll give him a treat. Some gray wolf droppings that are very old. And I don't know if it's just the respect that I have for wolves in general, especially since the American gray wolf has been endangered for so long. There's a part of me that would feel um, apprehensive in even taking the life in this game. And over there we had a moose and then some brown bear droppings. And that just goes to show how diverse these areas can be. So we'll find this outpost. And we're still good on time. Because the feeding schedule for the moose is from 0400 to 08. And so long as we can get to that hunting stand, set it up in a good place, I think we may be able to make that time very well. And we have found a new shelter for us to claim. All right. And we'll just continue our journey because we don't want to overstay our welcome and miss the opportunity to hunt our elusive moose. And we have a male moose making a warning call, who I'm sure is um, aware of our presence here. And what we'll do is we'll just spray our moose scent to let them know that, hey, we're all right. And I always like to pick up these potential feeding or resting grounds, and it is the resting ground of a moose, which is fantastic because if we cannot hunt our moose during this episode, then we will very well be able to next one because we know where they rest at and we know where they feed. So we're definitely bringing all these clues together to help us out. Some Siberian musk deer have been around these parts recently. And I have yet to really come across any boar, which are typically easier to spot than other animals here. And as we approach this clearing, I do see something scurrying in the back there. A Siberian musk deer, okay. Let's see what else we can find. We have some lynx and a drinking zone of the lynx. I do want to see if we can sneak up on it. Now, the effective range of my bow is really only 60 meters. So I would have to very patiently sneak up on it. And I think once I get into this brush, I'll be in a good position to potentially sneak up on it. So once we get about 15 meters of that drinking zone, I could try and take a shot. And luckily, my bow does have a rangefinder on it, but I do have to keep in mind of the drop of my arrow. And we have a point of interest to our left, about 100 meters. But let's keep sneaking up on it, and hopefully Ajax doesn't startle it. Okay. So we have a couple of links, and I can't get a distance on my bow. We have a male moose making a mating call. Okay. 100 meters. I don't think we'll be able to sneak up on it like we want. But we'll keep trying. And I think we may have scared them off. Yeah, that's okay. No, it's okay, boy. We have a gray wolf there making a warning call. And there the lynx go as they flee into the woodline. Let's go check out this point of interest. Because it could provide us a shelter of some sort. Okay, it's just a lake. So, point of interest, used to Nova Expeditionary Journal Day 7. The wild boars are less plentiful around here. Moose are a more difficult game to claim. We must move quickly. Air temperature dropping 5 degrees per day. Crew frightened. Well, I myself may be a little bit frightened, as that is never a good sign. And what do we have here? Some Western Capercaillie. So again, we're gonna get our hunting stand first, and then move back over to that feeding zone, and hopefully score us a male moose that has eluded us for so long. Yes. So it's a good sign to see them fleeing, as we know they are in the area. Or we also do have our hunting blind. So I think we'll set our hunting blind up with our Fox 360. And hopefully get something. And over there was a musk deer warning call. So you can see how the animals are very sensitive to our presence. Okay. So I think this is a good place for a hunting blind. And in this field, we will place our Fox 360. So let's tuck it back here if we can. Okay. And then next to this feeding zone, we will place the Fox 360. Okay. I know this isn't the most camouflaged, but it will have to do. We'll remove the reindeer and just play the moose. All right. And now we shall wait patiently. Let's remove this waypoint. And hopefully something comes across our way. And we'll use this. All right. Hopefully we can attract something. We will have our rifle at the ready. And it's still early enough to where they will be feeding for at least 2 more hours. You know, I would like to take it down with a bow, but I doubt that my aim is that reliable with it. There's our Fox 360. And we too shall keep a 360-degree perimeter. We're going to tell Ajax to stay where he's at, to not spook or startle any of the potential prey that come through here. And as I said before, I will take the targets of opportunity. Let's see if we can pause that. And did I add a wild boar to the mix as well? What we don't want to do is add any potential predators that the moose would be scared of. Ajax keeping himself entertained. And I will liberally reapply my moose musk. All right. Well, I'll rest here and we'll bring you back if we get any animals that come across our way. All right. Welcome back. So we do have some critters over here, and it looks like some boar. We'll see if they get close enough for us to take them out with our arrow. And what we'll also do is put the boar call on. And I don't want to use my gun and the potential it could scare off any moose in the area. But we'll see. We have a boar there, and that is well outside of our zone. We have a boar mating call. Let's see if we can at least attract this boar. I think they are suspicious of our Fox 360. Rightfully so. Yeah, I'm not too confident I can hit that accurately at this distance. And we still have an hour and a half left for the feeding of the moose in the area. So we won't give up hope quite yet. But if we need to relocate, then we will. And I don't see those boar. But we do have the call on. Ajax, being a good boy as he is. Okay. I think we may very well relocate. dismantle this. That's a Eurasian lynx. And we will slowly approach that feeding zone. Let's dismantle that. And we'll see what we can find around here. Maybe if we let's try and put our fox here and our hunting blind here. We'll turn this back on and we'll see what comes our way. All right, we did get a moose mating call from over there. So hopefully we can attract something to this area shortly. Even if we just get one animal on this hunt, that would be a success. And it's fleeing. It's unfortunate. All right, well, I'm going to make my way back to that hunting stand and I will have you guys catch up with me there. So, as expected, no moose came to our hunting blind. So, we are heading back to that tree stand, and we do have quite a few brown bear that I wanted you guys to see because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 brown bear here. And fifth came in as well. And I think that is quite amazing. What we will try and do is see if we can sneak up on this brown bear and get us at least this trophy before we continue our hunt for the elusive moose. So let's see just exactly how far away that brown bear in front of us is. Okay, that's just a female. But there is a male brown bear with a very hard rating, and that is the one we want. However, what might be difficult is fact that it is so far away. And so what I'm going to do is slowly make my way towards that tree blind. And to know that the brown bear um, congregate here. Oh, wait. I think we may have gotten. Oh, I'm at max inventory capacity. Um, let's see just how well our aim was there. All right, let's go find that moose. And of course, we will get Ajax on it to track. And like always, a very low bleed rate, even at close range, with a potential shot to the chest. I'm coming, boy. The warning call of potentially that moose. So let's back off Ajax. That bleed rate is very low, but its health is also very low. So we may have, well, in fact, hit a vital organ. And we did. Look at that. We finally got our moose. A beautiful male moose with quite the set of antlers on him as well. And all thanks to the wonderful Ajax as well to help us find him. We'll give him a treat, and we will, of course, give him some praise. Look at that. We have a male moose at 517 kilograms. Although he's a very easy difficulty, I'm still proud that we were able to get him. He's a tan fur type, and we will get the antlers and skull of our trophy. Unfortunately, I do not have enough to taxidermize him. But I do want to save this harvest because I think that this was a very difficult chase. Let's inspect and see where we shot him at. So, as I expected, we shot him right in the lung, but only barely, as it was not through and through. I think if we were just a little bit closer, we would have downed him a little bit sooner. But that is amazing. I am going to save this harvest, manage this, and we're going to get rid of our beige Gamesbach because I'm gonna taxidermize him um when we get the available chance. That is outstanding. Well, I think that is enough for one hunt for today. And we also completed that mission as well. And I think we will save that for another episode. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and we'll see you next time.